Imagine, this is our galaxy, the Milky Way, and this is planet Earth. When the sun is directly shining in front of our planet Earth and we took a photo from a camera in space, it is a daytime shot and we will not see stars in the background. Sunlight at this time of day will overpower the faint stars, while the camera reduces exposure to show the Earth's surface and texture. Now, imagine the sun moving behind as the Earth rotates eastward and the sun sets to west. This is now a low-light nighttime shot where everything is dark except for the stars and the universe behind our planet. The only ambient lighting that illuminates planet Earth at this point is the ambient light coming from the moon and the artificial city night lights. We need to increase exposure settings in our camera to reveal Earth's surface and texture, which also increase the visibility of dim starlight. We need to increase exposure settings in our camera to reveal Earth's surface and texture. Otherwise, the image will be dark. Try this by shooting your selfie in a backlighted background, and you will see a dark silhouette of yourself, unless you increase exposure to reveal yourself but overexposing the bright background. This is similar to the exposure techniques when shooting the moon from Earth. When we shoot the moon during sunrise, stars disappears. During sunset and the night begins to fall, stars will appear. Hello guys, so I simulated the universe and the planet Earth in my bathroom, and this is the follow-up video of the one I made last time about the Artemis II journey. And why did the planet Earth photos doesn't have stars in it? But this time, this is a demo, a simulation of what happens during a daytime shot and a nighttime shot of the planet Earth. This is similar to the moon when we shoot the moon during nighttime versus the daytime. During daytime, there's no stars, and during nighttime, we have the stars. Tonight, I'm gonna try to edit some of the raw photos coming from the Artemis II and compare it to the previous shots taken by Apollo 11. So let's begin. So this is the original camera shot from Artemis II. As you can see, this image is dark and I have exported it in Photoshop. So let's see what we can do with this photo. I will just do some exposure and highlights adjustment to see if the stars will come out. This is a nighttime shot of the Earth, highlighting the opposite time zone at the other side where the sun is up. This is when we say that this side of the world is sleeping while the other half is awake. By the way, those astronomy images you see online were all post-processed because space photos straight out of camera are dull, either glary and lacking contrast, for example, during full moon or during daytime shots, or maybe underexposed, such as during nighttime eclipses. Milky Way shots, nebulae, planetary shots, and other deep sky objects need post-processing through image stacking and exposure adjustments. Those sharp and detailed photos of the moon you see online most likely were photoshopped, and they were just normal procedures as long as they are not manipulated. We could see few faint stars in this image, although a bit noisy. This is the same shot already post-processed by NASA. Yes, there are visible stars in this nighttime shot of planet Earth. This is Artemis Earth's daytime shot. No visible stars in this one because of the strong sunlight hitting Earth and the moon's surface. This is another daytime shot where the sun is illuminating half of the globe. Also, no visible stars in this shot because of the strong sunlight overpowering faint stars in the background. This is a total solar eclipse captured by Artemis II, showing the moon blocking the sun completely. During these 54 minutes of darkness, stars can be seen in the background. Now let's take a look at some images captured by the Apollo 11 mission during the first NASA moon landing some 5 decades ago. This is a daytime shot showing the landing gear of the Eagle lunar module. Surprisingly, there were few stars in this shot. This is another daytime shot on the lunar surface taken by the Apollo 11 mission. The strong contrast cast upon by the powerful sunlight makes it difficult to capture stars in the background. This is a daytime half-Earth shot taken by the Apollo 11 mission. Again, no stars visible in this image because of the very strong sunlight overpowering stars and galaxies in the background. This is a daytime lunar rover shot. And this is another daytime lunar surface shot. Another lunar rover shot. Surprisingly, some faint stars can be seen in the background. My guess is that this photo was taken during the roughly 2 hours of sunset when the sun was about to sink into a pitch-black, airless horizon. This is another daytime shot of the Earth, photographed by the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. No stars in the background with this one. This is an Earthrise photo taken by Apollo 11. No stars can be seen in this shot. And finally, another wonderful Earthrise shot taken by Apollo 11 with planet Earth starting to emerge from the moon's horizon. So there we discussed the different exposures done by the Apollo 11 and the Artemis II missions in their Earth and lunar photos. Before I end this demo, I would like to talk about the 3 types of studio lighting that is also applicable to astronomy and space photography. Okay, so first we have the key light, the backlight, and the fill light. So the key light is when the sun is shining directly in front of the planet Earth, where the sun serves as the main lighting. Earth is backlighted when the sun is behind, with the moonlight serving as a fill light or reflected light. And long exposure technique is used in this kind of shot by setting the shutter speed long enough to brighten the overall image, including the stars and galaxies in the background. We have the last type of lighting, which is common in Earth's photos, which is the artificial lighting during nighttime when the city lights are illuminating the Earth. So there you have it, guys, my simulation and demo of Earth and lunar photography in space, and my explanation why some Earth photos have stars in it and while others doesn't have them. Thanks for watching and good night. May the force be with you. Peace, man.